On the Craft Bourbon Distillery Trail, W2 found this bad boy. Preservation Estate Wheated Pot-Distilled Bourbon. We have yet to do anything from this distillery, and I'm excited to get into it.
It's black.
Black metal. So we're going to get into it. It's going to get into us, and you're coming along for the ride, right? On this episode of Savor the Burn. Let's go. Hello, everyone, ladies and gentlemen, theys and thems, to this episode of the Savor the Burn podcast. My name is Jonathan. You know who this is? W2. How do you do?
Doing pretty good. How about yourself?
I'm doing all right. One, I'm really looking forward to this one because we've never tried it. Two, it's pot distilled. Pot distillation is a bit of a it's a dividing point between whiskey drinkers.
It's a slower process too.
Slower process, but it's got a distinctness to it. You know, if you like Irish whiskeys, then versus like column stilled, bourbons, like what you normally get, there is a difference to it. Like we talked about this way back when we did that Willet pot distilled, that that fancy bottle, with the thing anyway. But when I was talking to the guy up at Total Wine, whether you like him or not, I don't care. But when I was talking to the guy at Total Wine, he brought that up, that pot distillation really does wreak havoc in whiskey communities, because they're like, I don't like it. So you're either going to like it, you're going to hate it.
Sure.
There's really not a whole lot of middle ground there. Like, it's okay. Kind of like Slayer fans. Yeah. Nobody, like Rob Zombie said about Slayer fans. There's no average Slayer fan. Like they either don't like Slayer or they've carved Slayer into their arm. Nobody ever said, I got into them, for a summer. No, there's scar tissue on there somewhere on their bodies. You want to see mine? Anyway, so we're going to get into this. Want to see my scar tissue? Yeah, we're going to get into this Preservation Estate Wheated pot distilled bourbon.
Yeah, one of the things that I found interesting when I bought this bottle, and the day that I was there, it had been raining earlier that morning.
Yeah, you said it was raining cats and dogs the whole time.
As a result of that, the temperature was like in the mid 60s. It wasn't really hot. The rain had cleared out. The sun was starting to come out. It was warming up. I don't think the day ever got warm, like warm.
Yeah.
But when I bought this bottle, they gave me this little slip of paper, which was kind of their warning and disclaimer, so that they were not responsible. But they said, do not leave this in a hot car. As the temperature rises this afternoon, the cork will pop.
Oh, how cool is that?
This is a wax dip top on there, but apparently left in a hot car. Mm-hmm. And I don't know if that means that it's filled to the brim and there's not a whole lot of air expansion or what. But she's like, it will pop the wax, it will pop the cork. Don't leave it in a hot car. Again, I don't think it hit 70 that entire day. So, and I was hopping. So I was rolling in, going into the distillery, doing what I needed to, getting a pour, and then back out on the road. And so it was never an issue. But I just found that interesting because it's, in my mind, I'm like, it's wax dipped. You're not popping that, but apparently it happens. Apparently it happens. That? So
enough to
but it survived. It made it home safe and sound. Pick that bottle up and look at the depth of the punt. It's got a deep punt.
Dang. Wow.
So anyway, like we learned when we got the tour at Michter's, the punt is not there for reinforcement.
Right.
The punt is there to adjust the fill level.
Fill level in the neck, yeah.
And this is a opaque black bottle, so I'm not really sure where the fill line. I think it's right. Right about there.
Thanks to all the lights that we have.
Yeah,
it's right there.
So anyway, dude, I've been excited since before I even got home. Once I had this in my possession and I was out in the parking lot, I was like, man, time is not going to get here quick enough. I'm eager to open this. And it's a wheated bourbon.
It's a cool looking
on
bottle.
top of it.
I mean, you got like a
It's taller than your standard bottle.
A ripped or burnt leather looking label there. I mean, it's paper. It's not real leather. It's not like the Suavecito and Añejo.
Rip that wax off. Let's do a bottle pop and then I'll read a few things.
Yeah. For whatever reason.
So far, so good.
These wax with a little filament tape.
They work great.
Thing here. Yeah, they work great. But I always expect
Makers, though.
I always expect them to go the other direction. They always run a little retrograde. Here, so we're going to go bottle pop.
Yeah.
Quick, right here.
I'm curious, is this a natural cork?
Here we go.
All right. Composite. Nothing wrong with that.
Yeah.
All right.
Wow, this smells good from here.
All right, so this is the Preservation Estate Wheated Pot-Distilled Bourbon. It is distilled in Kentucky by Preservation. The style is a state Kentucky bourbon whiskey. This is aged 6 to 7 years, comes in at 114.7 proof.
Oh, that's pretty.
So right off the bat, I have a quote from Fred Minnick. His quote was, "Holy crap! This is a great," and yes, I am going to use the word great.
You know, and for those of you that don't know who Fred Minnick is, who might ask, who is Fred Minnick? Before we hit record, I was in that camp too. Who is Fred Minnick?
He's one of the world authority on bourbon tasting. I mean, he's a critic. He's an expert.
Okay.
He's an expert bourbon taster. At Preservation, we are obsessed with the art of slow distilling, and our wheat pot-distilled Kentucky bourbon is unlike anything else released in the past 50 years. That's a bold statement.
It pinched me on the nose.
7 years aged in our barrel house, this bourbon presents a symphony of opulent, well-developed flavors. Preservation Distillery is dedicated to preserving the art of slow distilling and traditional whiskey making, embracing a hands-on approach in our slow tech distillery to craft micro batches with colossal flavors driven by an unwavering obsession with quality. Key features on this release: sweet wheated bourbon mash bill, single batch pot distilled on our farm, made with our farm's pristine limestone water, premium toasted and seasoned cask aged, 1 to 3 barrel micro batches.
Oh, wow.
This is a 1 to 3 barrel micro batch.
Holy smokes.
Cask strength, unfiltered, low barrel entry proof.
Such a dark color. And it's 6 to 7 years? That color?
Yep.
Come on. How cool is that?
Oh, it does pinch a little bit.
Yeah.
There is
some. That's my fault. I stuck my stupid nose in there too far.
It is barrel strength.
Looks viscous.
It is cask strength.
Oily. It looks that way. There's no way to tell that from the nose. But all right. So usually I don't pick up leather, but I think right off the bat I picked up leather, oak, caramel. I didn't write down caramel yet, but apple, like cinnamon and apple. Apple like
I'd say apricot too. Apple and apricot. Apricot.
But like, what is that? It's not pie. It's like a pie, but there's no bottom to it. It's like it made in a big batch, usually square. Cobbler. Apple cobbler. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Apple cobbler.
Could you hear my Sugar Creek DNA fucking burning the midnight oil in there?
I heard the wheels turning.
Something smells smoky, and it's not the whiskey.
Maybe it is the whiskey. There is a little bit of a smoke char on it.
Yeah, maybe some char. I don't.
Cask strength. There's a little bit of a char there.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say caramel apple.
Caramel apple.
Caramel apple.
Okay. All right, I'll write that down here real quick.
It's nice and soft, minus the proof pinch.
Because it does have both apple and caramel. I didn't write down caramel, but
Vanilla.
That too. Vanilla.
I think there is a pot distilled element to the nose.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well,
and I forgot what that was until I smelled the apple. And I'm like, okay, well, there you go.
Let's make haste.
Yes.
Cheers. Preservation. There is definitely something unique on the palate.
Lots of oak. Oh, shit. You getting that? What that's doing there on the finish, early finish, late palate, I don't know what that is, but that was wild.
So I've read ahead. I know what the tasting notes say. And because I knew that, as soon as it hit my lips, I immediately latched onto it.
Okay.
Tasting notes say baklava.
The fuck is baklava?
I don't know if we can be friends now. Mr. Sweet Tooth from Hell.
Yeah, but I'm not Russian. That sounds Russian. Is it Romanian? What is that?
Oh, no. That is a Greek dessert.
Oh, Greek.
Okay. Let me paint you a little picture here.
Baklava. Yeah, please paint the picture.
Baklava is a pastry dessert.
I'm in.
From the Greece Mediterranean region. It is made with what is that really thin dough? Phyllo? Really thin pastry dough.
Phyllo, fumlo.
I think it's phyllo.
Okay.
Filo. Okay. Anyway, super thin, like translucent, thin layer, just dozens of thin dough layers.
Okay.
Buttered, new layer. Buttered, new layer. And then it has brown sugar, cinnamon.
Okay.
And nuts, pistachios, and almonds.
Okay.
And just layer after layer of this thin, flaky dough. And usually a square of baklava is usually about that thick. Which is probably 3 to 5 dozen layers of this
super thin layers.
And then it's put in the oven and baked. And so it comes out just super flaky.
Okay.
And buttery and cinnamon and brown sugar and nuts. Anyway, tasting notes. Baklava, caramel, and toasted hazelnuts with an irresistible creaminess and buttery mouthfeel that only comes from longer aged, slow pot distillation. I agree with everything that says.
Yeah.
This tastes like buttery pastry, flaky pastry baklava with caramel and cinnamon and vanilla. I think there's a little bit of apple in there. Wow. This is a liquid dessert. This is very decadent.
Yeah, for sure. It does clock in at 114.7 proof.
Yes, sir.
So I'm thinking it'd be a good candidate to throw a couple drops in.
Yeah.
Of water just to see what happens. But
so the back of the label here says, it doesn't have a whole lot. In the mash bill section, which I will argue is not much of a mash bill, but it does tell us local artisan corn, harvest wheat, dark toast malted barley. So it's telling us what's in the mash bill. There's no percentages. My opinion, if you're going to list a mash bill, I am expecting you to give percentages.
Yeah, give us a percentage.
Otherwise, you're not giving me a mash bill unless I have the percentages.
That's mash ingredients list.
Right.
It's not mash bill.
Yeah, that's the recipe. Bardstown, Nelson County, Kentucky, 114.7 proof, micro single batch pot distilled, 1 to 3 barrel batches exuding caramelized wheat, toffee, deep toasted oak, and honey butter.
Honey butter? Well, there is honey, and there's that buttery pastriness to it.
The bottle's not completely opaque. when you hold it up and have light going through there.
Yeah. It's kind of like a dark green brown.
Yep.
Kind of color.
It looks black though, unless it's backlit.
Yeah, it's like a tall, you're typically...
That's a beautiful bottle.
Like your typical wine bottle shape, tapered wine bottle shape, but it's tall, deep punted, long necked.
Standard size bottle.
Standard,
So it's a taller bottle.
Mm-hmm. It's a good, 2 inches shorter.
Mm-hmm. It's got stiletto heels. Oh, I know what I was going to do.
Oh, shit, yeah.
That was a quick... Put 3 drops in mine. You are welcome to yours if you would like.
Yes, sir.
Oh, okay. I did not even get it on the palate yet. The nose going into the glass, the water opened up the caramel.
Okay. I'm not getting my finger on the hole.
That's what.
One more. There we go.
She said.
Family show. Reach across your barrel there. What's that tasting note? Like, think back to coffee drinking, like espresso or French pressed coffee.
Oh,
right?
yeah. Oh, yeah. Where you
go? It's got when you do that, it opens up. It pours like a dark, like nutty kind of flavor profile.
Yep, 100%.
This kind of reminds me of like French press coffee.
My boss Matt loves French press coffee and we've got the Keurig that you would not believe how many K-cups we go through in a day's time, let alone a week's time. But he also loves a French press coffee, and so he brings some in and he brews it up there. And so,
oh yeah, that really did open up the caramel. Just a couple drops of water
on the nose.
Yeah, that's just on the nose. Yeah, so we've talked about this before. Really, not a whole lot. I'd like to get back into it again real quick while W2 here's finishing up his math over here. Sometimes we like to throw in, actually every time, we like to throw in a drop or two of water, sometimes 3, sometimes 4, depending on the proof, drops of water into our pour just to see what it does. Yes, it will lower the proof, but 2, it may open up the flavor and the whole experience. We like to do it just to see what would happen. And this one, like many others,
so what you're saying is
changes it.
We like to fuck around.
We like to fuck around because we like to find out. Yeah, and when we talked about it before, we usually bring up how, like with me and my whiskey journey, my experience, I used to take like a 2-finger pour in a rocks glass. I don't have a rocks glass handy. You know what they look like. Your rocks glass, 2-finger pour, and I'd throw an ice cube in there, swirl it around, until it's about halfway gone, take the ice cube out, and then I would drink it. And it'd be good. I liked it. I liked it that way.
I like it!
Yeah. And then we start this podcast, and we get into higher and higher proof bourbons. And
hazmat
we
bourbons.
just stopped adding water to them, because we
totally did.
We wanted to really experience what these distilleries wanted us to experience.
You know what though? To the point of adding an ice cube to a glass though, I continually go back to the experience at Michter's.
Yeah, straight from the barrel.
Where they just ahead of us getting there, they had just rolled a barrel out of
67 degree warehouse or whatever.
Their rick houses are fully climate controlled. They had just rolled a barrel of their US1 bourbon out there. We got the opportunity there while they were dumping it. We put the Glencairn under there. The rick house at that time was like 64 degrees, which is way lower than room temperature. And when we tasted it, there was a nice crisp chill to that taste. So even though we don't add water in the form of an ice cube in the glass and all those things, that really made me pause and really think about, do I need to put a bottle in the freezer for 20 minutes before I'm ready to crack it and pour it in the glass?
You can try it at different temperatures.
I've done that.
Yeah.
And it's a great experience. Throw your bottle in the freezer for 20 minutes before you're ready to pour it.
Yeah. Don't drink it freezer cold. And, I mean, cooling it down will mute certain aspects, certain flavors of the whiskey.
But
you don't want to do that.
The cool crispness that it brings to it is a nice experience. So yeah, I've done that I think twice now, and off the top of my head I cannot tell you which bottles they were. What I ended up doing was I didn't put the bottle in the fridge. I poured my Glencairn and I put my Glencairn in the freezer for like 10-15 minutes, and then I got it out. And so instead of pouring, I have gotten in the habit of when I do a pour, whether it's I was gonna say Friday or Saturday night, and we're home from work, or whatever. But let's be real, sometimes it's Monday. I have gotten in the habit of I will pour and then leave my glass sitting on the bar. For 10-15 minutes, just to let it breathe a little bit before I get into it. So a couple different times now, I poured in the glass and then I put it in the freezer while it's airing. In this case, it's airing in the freezer. So it's cooling down just a little bit. I didn't leave it in there very long, like literally 10-15 minutes. And then you pull it out, and I'm ready to start sipping on it, and little bit of a crispness to it because the temperatures come down just a few degrees lower than room temperature. Good experience.
There's all kinds of
I recommend it. I absolutely recommend it.
So many different things you can do.
And by doing that, you're also not introducing water to it, so you're not diluting it, you're not changing anything about it.
Right.
You're literally just bringing the temperature of it down.
I don't remember if High and Wicked. You remember the judge, or no, the jury?
How can I forget the jury?
Was it the jury? High and Wicked, the jury.
15 year.
This reminds me a lot of that, just not as.
Yeah.
Well, I guess not as aged, right? It reminds me of it. I'll have to go back and listen, go back and watch, whatever. Check the notes, maybe check the bottle. Is it pot distilled?
It is not.
Okay, so it's not pot distilled. Yeah. Well. Can't really.
It is cask strength.
Can't really go by the color here, but I mean, if they would have left this in the barrel any longer, it would have been that damn.
This was also finished in ex Madeira cask.
Oh, all right. Well, okay.
It's 104 proof cask strength. The mash bill on it is 84% corn, 8% rye, and 8% malted barley.
Yeah, this doesn't have any rye in it, right? Where's it?
No, because it's a wheated bourbon.
Yeah, wheat. Toasted malt. Yeah. Well, anywho, it reminds me of it. Looks like you like that bottle.
Just a little.
Yeah. Good.
So not that long ago, our good buddy Chandler, the KC Kid, had a birthday.
Oh yeah.
And he came over the night before his birthday, and he told us, I'm doing me for my birthday. He booked himself a stay at the Elms Hotel.
Okay.
Anyway.
Never been there.
The Elms Hotel.
I live and work in Raytown. We don't make a lot of money there.
He went down there. He was going to go down there. He had a day spa with a massage and all the things.
A spa day.
And so we were talking. We had a couple pours while he was over there, but then I was the light bulb went off, and I ran downstairs. I grabbed my Aged in Ore flight case, and I started pulling bottles. And I sent him with 4 amazing pours, one of which was the High and Wicked Jury.
Okay.
And I'm still waiting for him to get back to me as to his thoughts on the 4 pours. But I sent him with the straight from the barrel Blanton's.
Good pour.
I sent him the High and Wicked Jury. I sent him with a Michter's 10-year.
Fantastic pour.
And what was the other one? Oh, I sent him with the Peerless Double Oaked Rye.
Okay, that one was also a fantastic pour.
That's a mic drop.
Yeah, that's a happy birthday, Chandler.
So
happy birthday, KC Kid.
You know what? We also talked about it when he was over. So because of our review recently, the Pot-Distilled Distillery in Dodge City, Kansas has reached out and has invited us down for a tour and hang out and all that. 5-hour drive to get to Dodge City, but that's all right. But that's Chandler's. That's the Casey kid's hometown. He grew up in
Dodge City, Kansas.
He grew up in those parts.
All right.
So
his old stomping grounds.
And it got the wheels turning. I'm like, if we make a weekend and we go down to visit Pot-Distilled Distillery, I think we have to take the Casey kid because we're in Dodge City.
Yeah.
And Casey kid in Dodge City.
Yeah. Yeah. We'll get him some cowboy hat, an old duster.
Oh, he has a cowboy hat.
Oh,
he has a black cowboy hat.
Okay.
And I guarantee you he'll be wearing it.
All right. Partner.
Right? Leave us a comment. I know you're watching.
W Dose, what'd you give this Preservation Estate wheated pot-distilled bourbon, clocking it at 114.7 proof on the nose?
I gave this a solid, outstanding 4.5.
I gave it a 4.25.
All right.
I'm surprised you gave it more than I did. And that's, that goes to show you, our palate is not the same.
Yeah.
My palate's not your palate. Your palate's not our palate. Whatever. Anyway, so
I think there was something very distinctive on the nose on this that I was not expecting, but I think it is probably indicative of the pot distilled aspect of this.
How about the palate?
I went 4 3/4.
So did I. It was an easy climb for me to get from 4 1/4 to 4.75.
Yep.
A full bip.
It's an even easier climb for me to get from 4.5 to 4 3/4.
Yeah. I mean, oak, baklava, the way he described the baklava, I'm like, I need this in my life. Toffee, hazelnuts, caramel, apple, cinnamon.
Side tangent. Future episode, I think we're going to have to procure some baklava for our tasty treat.
Where's a good spot to get baklava?
There's a handful of great spots, but if you know of and have a go-to Mediterranean restaurant,
which I do not,
they're going to also have great baklava.
Okay.
So
okay.
We have a handful of places that we like. Actually, we have one Yaya's on the Kansas side that we have grown quite fond of. They're down very close to the Deanna Rose homestead garden.
That's a fun little spot.
Yeah, it's super cool. And every year during the fall, they do the most amazing Christmas light show. We love going down there. It's free. You just kind of roll up in, park, turn off your headlights, and it's like a 30-40 minute Christmas light show on repeat. So you just tune in your radio so you can listen to it, and you got the lights, and super cool. Right down the street from there is Yaya's. So
yeah, I'll Jennifer and I, we will. There's a map that you'll find like on social medias, like Facebook groups. They'll say, hey, this is the map of the people that do that kind of thing. Like they'll take their entire house and they'll put up the lighting system. And they'll send out the radio signal, and you could just park in front of their house and watch the whole thing go on, and then, which is wild to me, but that's these are the times we're living in. God only knows how crazy it's going to get.
In the Westport area, Jerusalem Cafe has been for a long time. They've moved to a few different locations. They used to be in the heart of Westport. I think now they're more the 39th Street area. But Jerusalem Cafe is also a fantastic Mediterranean Greek cuisine.
Yeah.
Great baklava.
And the few times I've had Greek or Mediterranean food, it has not been bad. I've enjoyed it.
Maybe next time we get together, maybe I'll try to get some baklava because we've got more wheated bourbons to get through. So
you think they'd pair well with baklava? Yeah. All right. Before that happens, we need to get into the finish on this bad boy. I gave it a 4.75. I'm interested to see what you did.
I'm not far behind you. I'm 4.5.
Okay.
Yep.
Dropped it back to 4.5, which is, kind of your MO.
Yep.
Nose is one thing. It's stronger than nose usually, but then finish comes along. It either matches palate or it drops off just a little bit from palate.
Yeah.
Nothing wrong with that.
No.
And I can see where you came from on that. Bottle presentation. We talked about
bottle
this one.
presentation.
It's a tall, tapered wine glass.
It is.
Wine bottle shape. Tall necked.
Yep. Which
wax
makes it a little
dipped,
taller than a standard bottle.
kind of like a stubby little composite cork.
Yep.
But, composite cork, nonetheless.
But it is wax dipped.
Kind of snaps in there, which is nice. A really deep punt, which is interesting for sure.
Punt.
And, now we know what these little notches are for. After visiting Michter's. How cool is that? But I like the labeling. We didn't really talk about the labeling. It's pretty cool. It's like
it is
like,
cool.
It's burnt or torn leather or something on the front, and then it continues that trend back here on the back, on the bottom of the label. And you got all this
handwritten font.
Yeah, you got all this
so
cool
it
information.
looks handwritten.
Things that you would want to know if you're a whiskey enthusiast. Things that you would want to know or things that you would find interesting on the back of the label. And it just looks cool. I mean, look at how dark that glass is. And even when this bottle becomes empty, it'll be on the shelf. You wouldn't know it's empty.
You would not.
You would
absolutely not.
It's camouflaged. So it was easy for me to give this a 4.25.
I struggled a little bit, and I feel like
that was really a struggle on my part too. I did think it. I thought it. I rethought it.
Yeah, I feel like I came in low, but I also feel like let's be honest, we have some favorites that we unquestionably notch up. This is our first from preservation, so we're still speed dating them. We don't really know them yet.
Do you like soup? I like soup.
That said, I love everything about it. It is cool. I love the dark, near opaque black bottle with the black dipped wax.
Black.
It is a die cut label, so the burnt label kind of looks at and mirrors that. Even the backside also does that. It's super cool. I gave it a 4.0.
4 even.
4 even.
All right. So you were.
I'm trying to be more realistic.
I really was too.
Going forward.
One, I was wowed, and then I was wowed a little bit extra. So
I am mad at that.
That's why I went 4.25. But yeah, 4 even.
What'd they make your final?
Finals. Our final scores are calculated by adding up those 4 categories: nose, palate, finish, bottle presentation. Out of a arbitrary personal 0 to 5 rating, add all those up to a possible 20, divide that number by 2, and that's how we get our final score. My final score was a 9 even.
Nice.
How about you?
Mine was 8 5/8.
8 5/8. 8 point what? 65.
65. Yep.
Very cool. You know what? I think this
is a stellar bottle.
Superb, neat. And we already talked about what it would do, what it could do anyway in cocktails. I think, what's the one with the coffee in it? It's like a Manhattan.
Guess who's going to find out?
It's like a espresso Manhattan. What is it? I think this one here, the espresso.
The Midnight Owl is the one that we did with the espresso. You could also be talking about the Revolver that has the coffee, the Mr. Black coffee liqueur in it.
I think anything involving coffee in a
Revolver would be kind of cocktail, amazing.
I bet it would be. I think the deep.
I got homework.
French pressed coffee flavors that this has, characteristics that this bottle has, and to add to that, anything involving like. I don't know, like coffee and creamer, anything that you would put in a coffee to kind of gussy it up, pumpkin spice, whatever. I think this would be a great whiskey to throw at it. I'm not saying we do pumpkin spice now. This is not the fall, and I really do try to be good. There are things out there that have pumpkin spice in it now, and I go out of my pumpkin spice brain because I want it, but I reserve that until at least first day of fall in August.
It's amazing that you just organically brought up pumpkin spice.
Why?
Well,
hanging out with Rattlesnake Rosie again?
No, but
Iron Smoke.
Later on this week for our bonus, I think Ms. Katie made us some pumpkin spiced fluff.
Gar.
So
yum.
With some graham crackers.
I'm staying tuned for that. How about y'all?
I'm here for it.
F word, yes. So, without further ado, can't wait for that.
Let's get to it.
Yeah. No matter who you are, where you are, what you're drinking, who you're drinking it with, never forget. Keep on burning.
Ow! Yeah.